Oh, and if you want to help support my channel, check out my Tokyo merch. I'll leave a link.
Yo, I wanna eat while Ora watching! Totomate Ora-san! Hello.
Link in the description. Alright, let's do this.
Let's start with my home neighborhood, Shibuya. It's on the west side of Tokyo, extremely busy from morning to, let's say, the next morning. If you know where to go, it's pretty much 24 hours. You generally find younger crowds here. There are many shops, restaurants, bars, and nightclubs. Also, Shibuya is close to trendy areas like Harajuku, Nakameguro, and Daikanyama. So if you're planning to visit Shibuya, I'd also check out one of these nearby neighborhoods unless you're heavy into shopping. Scramble Crossing. The very first thing you want to do in Shibuya is probably check out Scramble since it's right in front of the station. Can you believe up to 3,000 people cross at one time? It's pretty amazing looking at it from overhead. I would say the best free views are from Staya Starbucks, Magnet Rooftop, or Mark City. Sentagai. After getting your Instagram photos at Scramble, you'll find yourself in front of Sentagai. Sentagai is one of the busiest streets in Shibuya, filled with lots of shops, fast food, and chain restaurants. Okushibu and Shinsen are the hidden trendy spots in Shibuya where the locals hang out. You can find unique chic shops and restaurants that you won't find in the tourist-heavy Sentagai. 109 building. 109 is the capital of Shibuya Gyaru fashion culture. If you're not familiar, this is Gyaru fashion. Even if you're not really into Gyaru fashion like me, it's a trip to experience a crazy vibe in here. Don Quijote. Donki is a giant discounted chain store you'll find at most stations throughout Tokyo. It's a great place to shop for drugstore items, snacks, and inexpensive souvenirs to give it to your friends and families on your return home. Japanese pancakes. Those fluffy Japanese pancakes you see on Instagram? Yeah, they're real, and oh so light and delicious. There's quite a few spots in Tokyo, but my favorite spot so far is Benitsuru in Asakusa. It's hard to get a seat, but it's worth a try. Arcade. Japanese arcades, also known as game centers, are not just for kids. Once you're inside, you'll almost feel like you're in a hotel casino of Las Vegas. It's actually quite fun for adults to play. And if you're also into sports, I recommend Spocha, which is like a sports and arcade buffet. After getting your Mario Kart fix, you can check out their tennis courts, bowling alleys, etc. and try more than 40 different sports activities. Niku Yokocho. Now, if you want to immerse yourself in the Japanese drinking restaurant culture known as a izakaya, then you don't have to look further than Niku Yokocho. Literally means meat alleyway. Check out all these people eating and drinking.
God.
Fresh uni. Uni, also known as sea urchin, is definitely an acquired taste, but since so many Tokyo restaurants, sushi shops, and izakayas offer uni, it's worth a taste for first-timers. But if you're looking for a one-of-kind experience, I go to a specialty shop in Tsukiji that wraps uni in a squid ink bun. Festivals. If you visit Tokyo at the right time of year, you're bound to experience some Japanese festivals. Most occur in the summer and fall. Streets will be littered with amazing food stalls, energetic mikoshi, traditional music, a truly special experience, I promise. Many festivals are associated with local temples and shrines, but there are small neighborhood festivals as well. Konbini food. Convenience stores, also known as konbinis as locals like to call it, have lots to offer. It's nothing like the food in the convenience stores in the States. Konbinis in Japan are open 20.
What? Yo! This is what you sell in convenience stores? What the hell?
24/7 and have almost anything you would need, from on-to-go staples, onigiri, sandwiches, and hot deli items. Depachika food. Every department store has a food floor on the basement which is called Depachika. It's not like food courts in shopping malls, but it's where you can buy deli items and bring home. There are countless numbers of shops and dishes to choose from, and you'll never get bored or hungry. Depachika food is not the cheapest, but definitely higher quality than konbini food. Nakameguro. Nakameguro is Instagram famous for its beautiful cherry blossom tunnels over Meguro River, but it's a popular and trendy spot to hang out for locals. In this sophisticated city, you can find dope bars and restaurants, chic accessory shops, and high-end vintage shops. You can either walk along Meguro River or explore friendly shotengais for restaurants. Harajuku Takeshi Dori garnered a lot of fashion for the kawaii culture, so you probably have heard it or at least seen it. Although you don't see people dressed in ultra cute fashion as much these days, Takeshi Dori still keeps that young, colorful vibe. After you're done walking through the street, check out La Forêt and Tokyo Plaza, and then Cat Street for that golden shopping route. So crepes are the soul food of Harajuku. You'll find crepe shops everywhere. A lot of them are pretty similar in style and taste, but the creme brulee crepe at Combe Crepe is unlike anything you've had before in your life. It's hidden away on the side street, but definitely worth a try. Omotesando is a great spot for high brand shopping. It's walking distance from Harajuku area, so you can go on the same day. I definitely appreciate the wide open streets and sidewalks, but despite that, weekends are super crowded, so be careful. Yoyogi Park. Yoyogi Park is the biggest park in Shibuya Harajuku area. It's my go-to park. It's free to enter for anyone. They often have festivals every weekend with different themes. Usually there are food stalls in the event areas, so what I usually do is pick up some food and take it to the
hold on, let me make this freaking fan stronger.
Park areas. Meiji Jingu. Meiji Jingu is a Shinto shrine just one step away from JR Harajuku Station. The spiritual forest leads to the main shrine in the center, which will help you forget about the everyday stresses of life. Togo Shrine. Now if you're looking for a Japanese shrine that's less touristy, you'll be able to find them all throughout Tokyo. For example, there's this quirky hidden shrine tucked away behind Takeshita Dori. This shrine is dedicated to Gensui, a real Navy general who was born in 1847. Pretty young for a god. Oden. If you're coming to Tokyo, then you must try this traditional Japanese dish called oden. It consists of several ingredients like boiled eggs, daikon, fish cakes, etc. I've highlighted it in many of my street food videos as I love it so much. One of my favorite spots is at Saman in Nakameguro. Not only for the food, but you can also grab a cold beer here, right underneath the train tracks. Shinjuku, the world's busiest station. Shinjuku is filled with office workers and international travelers alike. It's known for its red light district, but many people come here to shop and dine. Shinjuku is such a big area. West of the station is the house of skyscrapers, while the east side is more of the shopping and entertainment side. It's probably the best spot to access anywhere in Tokyo, so I recommend staying in this area. Shinjuku Gyoen. Shinjuku Gyoen feels like Central Park of New York, only it costs about $2 to get in. Since it used to be a part of the Imperial Garden, Shinjuku Gyoen has more of a proper feel than the other parks in Tokyo. The view of the skyscrapers from the beautiful garden is breathtaking. One of the highlights is Rakute in the Japanese garden.
Why does it feel like Tokyo is so big?
Area where you can experience a casual tea ceremony, and you have access to the botanical gardens as well. Ramen. If you're in Japan, you have to try ramen. It's a must in my book. You may have tried it once or twice.
Is it just because of the fact that they just crammed so many things to do in Tokyo, even though it's like not as big? Narrow.
In your country, the ones in Japan are absolutely amazing. There are so many different types of ramen. Creamy white pork ramen, light clear soy sauce ramen, fish broth dipping style ramen, yuzu flavored ramen. The list goes on and on and on. My regular spots are Kindenmaru and Tetsu in Shibuya. Omoide Yokocho. If you're looking for a cool spot to bar hop, this is it. About 80 bars are stuffed inside of Omoide Yokocho Alley. From yakitori to soba, you should be able to find something you like. Most of the shops fit about 5 to 6 people and are squeezed into a small space. Definitely a good opportunity to make some local friends. Kabukicho. You get out from the east exit of Shinjuku Station and keep going north. You'll hit Shinjuku's red light district, Kabukicho. With neon lights, hostess bars, and love hotels, it's definitely a part of the city that never sleeps. It's a fun place to check out, but be careful going to the clubs. A fool and their money are soon parted. Be safe. Godzilla. This is also in the Kabukicho area. You can find the Japanese-born monster on the top of Hotel Gracery. You can check out the little show from the street, or take a closer look on the rooftop of the hotel. Local tip, you'll need to use a cafe if you want to go roofside. Golden Gai. Golden Gai is another bar hopping spot in Kabukicho area, just behind Hanazono Shrine. About 200 bars are squeezed into this mysterious retro alley. Each bar only fits about 6 to 10 people, and the manner is not to stay too long. A lot of the bars here have cover charges, so make sure to ask at the entrance. Yakiniku. Yakiniku is a Japanese style barbecue. It's completely different from Korean barbecue or Western style barbecue. Yakiniku is considered fancy food in general because it's usually pricey, cooking bite-sized meat and vegetables one by one, usually over charcoals or gas. But sometimes I like to go super cheap and do the all-you-can-eat at a yakiniku spot called An-An.